Okay, so what we're doing is we're solving the systems, and we're not going to solve it algebraically. Right now, we're just going to solve it using Desmos. So you definitely want to go to desmos.com and look for the graphing calculator. Desmos.com and look for the graphing calculator. And here's the deal. When we're looking for a system are two lines, okay? So here's our question number 3. Here are the two equations for a line. Now, remember, if we're looking at, what is it? Y equals mx plus b. We have y, we have the m, this would be the slope. 5 would be the slope. 12 would be the y-intercept, all right? On the second one, y equals 5 is the slope. 18 is the y-intercept. Okay, so they have the same slope. What do we call lines that have the same slope? You're right. They don't intercept, so they're all right. So I'm going to paste those two in here, and as you can see, they don't touch. We can scroll out. They don't touch at all. These lines don't touch, but they have the same slope. So the answer for this one would be no solution. And then you can type in parallel, P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L. I may have spelled parallel wrong, but that would be the answer. No solution, because there is no solution. The solution, when we're solving systems, when we're looking for a solution, we're looking for the point where they connect. So for these two, since they don't connect at all, the answer is going to be no solution, parallel. All right. So let's see the next one. Here are our problems. All right. So tap these in the Desmos and make sure you have the graphing calculator. All right. Make sure you have the graphing calculator. So y equals 2x minus 4 and 7 equals y plus x. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, this is in y equals mx plus b format. This is in slope-intercept format because you have the y, we have the equal sign, then we have a number, which is our slope, and then we have the letter x. Then we have a number, -4, which is our y-intercept. But the second equation is not in slope-intercept form, but the great thing is you put it in Desmos and it'll give you the right answer anyway. So did you both put the answers in? Okay. All right. What was your answer? All right. Well, it's a coordinate. So it's a paragraph, parentheses, then a number, then a comma, then a number. So when you answer that, you have to give the entirety of it. Okay. So let me put in the good. Okay, so it looks like here's the point where they intersect. Here's the red line, here's the blue line. This is the red one. That's the blue one. That's the red one. This is the solution to the set. And if we click here using Desmos, it gives us an answer. And it's 3.667, comma, 3.333. So the answer would be parentheses 3.667. All right, so can I copy that point? Let's see if it'll let me copy it. No, it didn't. All right, but the answer would be parentheses 3.667, comma, 3.333. Wasn't it 333? Yes. This is how the answer looks. Okay. All right. So did you both come up with that answer? Okay. Let's look at question 5. Question 5. Y equals -5x plus 4. This is in slope-intercept form where you have the y, you have the slope here, the slope is -5. You have the letter x, which is your x point, and you have your y-intercept of +4, +4. All right. The second equation, 15x plus 3y equals 12, is not in slope-intercept form. It's actually in what we call standard form. Once again, once you place it in Desmos, it's going to give you the right solution to the set. Let me know when you're ready. You ready? Waiting? Okay. You good? Okay. So now I'm going to go to Desmos, and I'm going to pop in these two. Now, initially, I don't see them. So I may have to zoom out a little bit. Now look, I keep zooming out and I just see one line. I just see one line. So what that means, watch this. There's the blue one. There's the black one. What that means is the lines are right on top of each other. The lines are right on top of each other. Here's the blue line, and here's the black line. They're right on top of each other. So since they're right on top of each other, the answer is going to be infinite solutions, because they are touching at every point on this line, and the line goes on forever and ever and ever and ever, right? So they're touching forever and ever and ever and ever. These lines continue touching forever and ever. So let's go ahead and do our next one. All right, question number 6. Go ahead and pop that into Desmos. Let me know what you get. This is in slope-intercept form. This actually is in slope-intercept form, although we normally don't want to have slope-intercept form with a negative. So we would probably do something about that. This is what we could do. We could divide both sides by -1. Divide both sides by -1. And so there's really, there's really a 1 here. Remember, whenever you see a variable and it has a negative sign in front of it, there's a 1 there. So 1 divided by 1 would just leave you with 1. So since we don't have to write the 1, then we could really have this as the answer. Y equals, so if everything here is divided by -1, then 4 divided by -1 would give you a -4. X plus, actually, it won't be a plus now. It'll be a subtraction. So this is the corrected version of this. But to be honest with you, we can leave it that way when we put it into the system, because Desmos is going to fix it for us. Okay, so you both have typed it in already? Good, good. Okay, so here are 2 lines. We have the blue line here, and we have the green line here. Let's see where they connect. So they connect right here. Is that the answer that you ended up with? You forgot the negative sign on the Y. So what you ended up was this. You ended up with parallel lines, right? Yeah, yeah. But since the negative sign is supposed to be there, this is how it looks. So you always have to check that. Now, if you remember, I said we could rewrite it, and if we rewrote it, it turned into this. So same point. Same. All I did was I told you if we rewrote it and we got the negative in front of from in front of the Y, then it would read this way. But let's go ahead and put it back the way it used to read. And this is the way it read earlier. But it's the same point. It's the very same point. All right, so this would be your solution to the set, 0.889, and we can just use, let's round up and say 0.89 and negative 15.6. So the answer would look like this, 0.89 negative 15.6. All right. So what I ended up doing is I rounded up the 556 just to negative 15.6. All right. And I rounded up the 0.889 to 0.89. I could also put 0.889 and I could also put what? And that would work as well. That would work as well. All right. So you see how we're doing this? Makes sense? All right. Good, good. So let's stop the recording.